morning, everybody. Welcome back to some more Doki Doki Literature Club. Sorry about starting the stream a little late. I was watching a really close, thrilling game of Magic, watching Cooper the Red take on Demir Control and Popper, and he ended up getting the win. And I was kind of, on the edge of my seat watching it because it was a close game. I let him go 4-1 in league. Anyway, let's jump back into some more Doki Doki Literature Club. Let me look real quick. Okay, it looks like everything's running as should be today, so that's good. But we're writing another poem, so let's write one for Sayori. Sunset anime. Charm. Vivid. Cute. Love. I gotta look up this word. Is it entropy? Yeah, it's entropy. A thermodynamic quantity representing the unavailability of a system's thermal energy for conversion into mechanical work, often interpreted as the degree of disorder of randomness in the system, or 2, a lack of predictability. Okay. It's definitely entropic. Beauty. Infallible. Hope. Loud. Art. Wonderful. She just seemed bouncy, right? Disaster. Electricity. Whisper. Happiness. Unrequited. And last, marshmallow. I don't like, so I'm under the assumption with this game that the more like the ways you structure your stories gives you different, like your poems give you different story paths is my guess. So who knows? Oh man, Monica, I'm the last one here again. // Don't worry, I just walked in too. Yuri, were you practicing piano again? Monica, yeah? Yuri, you must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and now picking up piano? Monica, well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. Remember that the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. And I'm super happy that you're all willing to help out for the festival too. Natsuki, I can't wait for the festival. It's gonna be great. Monica, weren't you complaining about it just yesterday, Natsuki? Natsuki, well, yeah. I'm not talking about our part of the festival, but it's a whole day of school where we get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food. // You sound a bit like Sayori all of a sudden. Natsuki, Monica, do they usually have their fried squid? Monica, squid? That's a pretty specific thing to look forward to. Natsuki, oh come on. Are you saying you don't like squid? You of all people? Monica, I didn't say I don't like it. Besides, what do you mean by you of all people? Natsuki, because it's right in your name. Mon-ika. Monica, that's not how you say my name at all. Also, that joke makes no sense in translation. Never mind. Let's just focus on our own event for now, okay? Mitsuki. Fine, fine. Your reactions aren't as fun as Yuri's or Sayori's anyway. Yuri. Excuse me? Slash. Where is Sayori anyway? Oh, there you are. Sayori is sitting at a desk in the corner of the room looking down at nothing. I walk over to her. Hey, Sayori. I wave my hand in front of her face. Sayori, huh? Slash. You're spacing out again. Sayori. Oh. Sorry. Don't mind me. You can go talk to everyone else. Slash. Huh? Is everything alright? Sayori. Of course. Why wouldn't it be? Slash. It just feels like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things. Sayori. Geesh. You worry too much about me. I'm fine, see? Sayori shows me a big smile. Don't let me distract you from having fun with everyone. Slash. Well, alright. If you say so. I worriedly glance at Sayori before turning back toward everyone else. But the conversation has already dispersed, with everyone back at their usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monika if she's noticed anything about Sayori recently. Since they've been preparing for the festival, they must have spent a lot of time together. I timidly approach Monika, who is shuffling through some papers at her desk. I'm going to ask her a question. Who's your leading lady so far? I'm going for Sayori, since Sayori's the OG friend. I'm going with Sayori. Plus, she's got a bubbly personality. Who doesn't like that? Right? I do want to say this before. So yesterday, I did listen to some playback of the stream, and I found it a little confusing when I was just reading through the dialogue of who was saying what. So I think for this stream, just to try it out, I'm going to say the names of the characters before I say what they're saying. And I'm going to try to say it monotone and kind of quieter, so it's not as interrupting the story. I don't know. Well, we're going to try it, though. Monika. Slash, what's up? Slash. Hey, this might sound a little strange, but have you noticed anything up with Sayori recently? Anything, Monika? Anything up with her? In what way do you mean? Slash. Maybe I'm reading a little too much into it. She seems a bit downcast today. Monika. Oh, you think so? I can't say I've noticed anything about her. Monika peers across the room at Sayori, who is idly dragging a rubber eraser up and down her desk. Monika. Maybe there's something on her mind. But I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, Slash. You certainly know her a lot better than I do. Slash. Yeah, but she's never really like this. She's always talked to me about things that's bothered her before. But this time when I asked her, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. I just wanted to ask if you knew anything, so I'll drop it now. Monika. No, it's important to me too. I mean, I'm also friends with her. And I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know? Maybe I'll try to talk to her myself. Slash. Are you sure about that? She seemed like she wanted to be left alone. Monika. Are you sure? Maybe she just had a hard time bringing it up with the person of interest. Slash. Person of interest? What do you mean by that? Monika. I'm saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you, Slash. Slash. Me? How on earth would you come to that conclusion? Monika. Well, I probably shouldn't say too much, but Sayori talks about you more than anything else, you know. She's been so much happier ever since you joined the club. It's like an extra light was turned on inside of her. Slash. What? No way. Sayori is always like that. She's always been full of sunshine. It's not any different now than it has always been. Monika. You're so funny, Slash. Have you thought about maybe you've always seen her as so cheerful because that's just how she is when she's around you? I said too much. I'm sorry. What do I know anyway? I didn't mean to jump to conclusions, so you should just forget about what I said. I'll try to talk to her, so try not to think about it for now. Slash. Alright. Monika smiles meaningfully. I know she said to forget about it. I already know that I won't be able to forget. But I already know that I won't be able to get her words out of my head. Monika stands up from her desk and walks across the room to where Sayori is sitting. I watch her kneel down next to Sayori and gently talk to her. But she's keeping her voice so quiet that I can't hear her from here. I sigh and sit myself down. I know Sayori told me not to worry about her and to have fun with everyone else, but that's impossible to do when she's behaving like this. Exactly how much do I care about her that I'm letting this weigh me down that much? Now it feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary, but there's nothing I can do besides wait for Monika. Monika. Okay, everyone. After some time passes, Monika calls out to the club room. Why don't we share our poems now? Before I know it, everything's back to normal. Everyone goes to retrieve their poems, and I do the same. I make eye contact with Monika, and she smiles at me. I wonder what she's talking about with Sayori. Who should I give my poem to first? I feel like we should say Sayori for last this time. Give her a little bit of space, you know what I mean? Let's do Yuri first. Yuri, well done, themickslash. You've definitely improved your writing over the course of these few days. Have my advice been helpful to you? themickslash, yeah, definitely. Yuri, I'm glad. Sharing our writing like this, it's a lot more fun and rewarding than I anticipated. I need to remember to thank Monika. I think we all felt a little awkward at first, but now it seems like everyone is enjoying sharing their words and seeing what others think. Slash, I guess I can't really disagree. I was afraid this whole thing would be a chore. But it's a great way for me to spend some personal time with all the girls in the club. But it's been fun getting to know everyone and their writing. And I guess doing some writing myself. Yuri, well, have you learned anything about yourself, themickslash? Yuri, well, you know how I like to say that writing is a very personal way to get in touch with yourself? In the end, it doesn't matter if you're a good writer or a bad writer. And even my opinions are just opinions, you know? As always, I believe what's most important is exploring and discovering yourself. themickslash, that's comforting. I'm kind of afraid of disappointing you in some way or another. Yuri, why me? themickslash, well, you're always sophisticated with your writing and have the most advice to share. Yuri, is that so? Yuri thinks for a good minute. That must be terrible. Huh? For me to have become someone whose opinion is so fearsome. How unlikable of me. themickslash, Yuri. It's not as bad as you're making it sound in your head. I just meant that I respect your opinion. Yuri, I see. I'm sorry that I always overthink and come to those sort of conclusions. I'm just a little too confused. A little too used to it. Overthinking? Yuri, being disliked. themickslash, Yuri. Yuri, what am I saying? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring that up. Let's move on. themickslash, alright. Do you want to share your poem now? Yuri, okay. Here. Let me take a sip here. Wet the old blabbermouth. Oh, she's the hard one to read, I forgot. Beach. A marvel millions of years in the making, where the womb of the earth chaotically meets the surface. Under a clear blue sky, an expanse of bliss. But beneath gray rolling clouds, an endless enigma. The easiest world to get lost in is the one where everything can be found. One can only build a sandcastle where the sand is wet. But where the sand is wet, the tide comes. Will it gently lick at your foundations until you give in? Or will a sudden wave send you crashing down in the blink of an eye? Either way, the outcome is the same. Yet we still build sandcastles. I stand where the foam wraps around my ankles, where the toes squish into the sand. The salty air is therapeutic. The breeze is gentle yet powerful. I sink my toes in the ultimate boundary line, tempted by the foamy tendrils. Turn back, and I abandon my piece to erode at the shore. Drift forward, and I return to Earth forevermore. Kind of suicidal sounding, right? Yuri. I'm aware that the beach is kind of an inane thing to write about, but I did my best to take a metaphorical approach to it. /. You say that like you didn't even want to write about it. Yuri. Oh, you haven't heard? After yesterday, Natsuki and I, well, it was amusing that we wrote about something similar in such different ways. So Natsuki wanted us to write about the same topic as each other again. I suppose to better compare the differences in our writing style or thought processes. Anyway, it was her idea. Knowing her, it's no surprise that she'd want to do something like that. She probably just wants to show off. It's not like I have a particular interest in her writing style. I just went with her request, but I suppose it's not so bad to write about something simple on an occasion. It can be refreshing, you know? It's good for me to calm my thoughts once in a while. /. Yeah, I think I agree. Thanks for sharing. We'll do Natsuki next. I love the music here. Natsuki. This one's alright. / Alright? Natsuki. Well, yeah. About as good as yesterday's anyway. I see what you're going for, but it's just not really my style. I mean, that's fine. I'm mostly just glad that you're trying a bit. / Well, of course I'm at least trying. Why are you so emotionally invested in my poems anyway? Isn't that more of a compliment to me? Natsuki. No. Gross. It's not like I care. It's just that one of us in the club has to make sure you're not slacking off. / Really? Well, what if you ended up just scaring me away? Natsuki, that's, it's not like I would actually do that. It's not like you would actually do that. / Yeah, you're right. It's kind of fun to hang out here, even if I have to put up with you. Ugh. Natsuki's elbow connects with my stomach. Natsuki, oh, maybe I won't mind scaring you away after all. / I was just joking. Natsuki, oh, I know. Don't worry, I was too. How the hell do you call that a joke? That seriously hurt. Well, maybe it was funny to her. I guess that's kind of the point. I should really just watch my mouth around Natsuki. Natsuki. Anyway, Natsuki holds her poem out for me like nothing ever happened. I'll be your beach. Your mind is so full of troubles and fears that diminish your wonder over the years. But today I have a special place, a beach for us to go. A shore reaching beyond your sight, a sea that sparkles with brilliant light. The walls in your mind will melt away before the sunny glow. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way thought had left you long ago. Let's bury your heavy thoughts in a pile of sand. Bathe in sunbeams and hold my hand. Wash your insecurities in the salty sea and let me see you shine. Let's leave your memories in a footprint trail. Set you free in my windy sail. And I remember the seasons you're wonderful when you press your lips to mine. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap, and away you go, thought had left you long ago. But if I let you be by my side, your own beach, your own escape, you'll learn to love yourself again. Natsuki, yeah. I felt like I kept writing about negative things, so I wanted to write about one with a nice message for once. Besides, the beach is awesome. Kind of hard to write anything negative about the beach. Slash. Well, Yuri's take on it was a little bit more solemn. Natsuki. Well, that's... Geez, she better not have said anything bad about mine. After all, she was the one who wanted us to write about the same topic. Ugh. You can really see her doing that too. Making us write about the same topic, then trying to impress me by coming up with something all fancy. Well, it's not like I care. I just did it anyway. I mean, I guess mine ended up being kind of metaphorical too. But there's nothing wrong with doing that once in a while. And at very least, it was good practice. Yeah, we're saving Sayori for last. Monika. Hey, McSlash. Have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival? McSlash. Well, being in this club is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people. Slash, I have to give it some more thought. Monika. Okay, no pressure. But whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. It would also make me happy to see. Anyway, let's take a look at that today's poem. Sure. I let Monika take the poem. I'm holding my hands. It's kind of funny. McSlash, how so? Monika, no, not the poem. I mean, it's funny how your poems and Sayori poems have been getting more and more similar to each other every day. I'm surprised you're so in sync with her. Then again, you've been spending a lot of time together lately, haven't you? Slash, I guess you could say that. Although we kind of grew up as best friends, I haven't been seeing as much of her this past year. But since I joined the club, we've been spending a lot of time together again. Monika, I see. That reminds me. About how Sayori's been a little off today. Slash, yeah, did she tell you something? Monika, well... McSlash, you haven't been flirting with her, have you? McSlash, of course not! I've been treating her like I always do. Monika, alright. Just making sure. I know how much you care about her. It would be terrible if something bad happened to her, so keep an eye on her. Sayori's been acting so much happier ever since you joined the club. What could have happened all of a sudden? Well, never mind. This really isn't the time to be talking about this. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you now, alright? Alright. The Lady Who Knows Everything by Monika. An old tale tells... Hold on, let me start this over. The Lady Who Knows Everything by Monika. An old tale tells of a lady who wanders earth. The lady who knows everything. A beautiful lady has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose, and all that ever sought. And all that was ever sought. And here I am, a feather, lost adrift the sky, victim of the currents of the wind. Day after day I search with little hope, knowing legends don't exist. But when all else has failed me, when all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains, the last dim star glimmering in the twilight sky. Until one day the wind ceases to blow, I fall, and I fall, and I fall, and fall evermore, gentle as a feather, a dry squill, expressionless. But a hand catches between the thumb and the forefinger. The hand of a beautiful lady. I look at her eyes and I find no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything. What am I thinking? Before I can speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There is no meaning. There is no purpose. And we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend. Your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows me back afloat, and I pick up a gust of wind. I wish I could actually just read well, you know what I mean? Monika, you know, I feel like learning and looking for answers of all sorts are the sort of things that give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything, but it was kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about. Sasha, see. I never really put much thought into it, Monica. In a way, it's almost paradoxical. Because if we had all the answers, wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning? Slash, you know, there's one thing I noticed. Seems like everyone in this club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy. Monica, are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. I think you'd know that better than anyone. Slash, you mean one-dimensional? Monica, yeah, that. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing process? You're afraid it's not that good? It can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much into. But if you find other people who enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of just telling you that your writing is good or okay or bad, they'll want to focus more on everything that went into it and the things you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and it will make you want to continue improving. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Sayori. There, this is your best one so far. It's really, really nice, /. Thanks. Sorry. Sayori, you've been a little quiet today. Is everything alright? Of course. Everything's fine. Maybe I'm just a little tired today. Do you want to nap or something? Sayori, no, that's silly. Don't worry about me, okay? I only want to see smiles on your face. Well, alright. Sayori, hey, I'm still a little surprised. I really thought that you would try writing your poems like the way Yuri does, or even Natsuki. But in the end, yeah. I guess you're the one who likes this one the most. Sayori, why? You don't want to get closer with everyone else? Wait. Of course I do. But that doesn't mean I need to try so hard to impress them. I still understand you the most, Sayori. I know you have to sometimes put up with me, and I have to sometimes put up with you, but we have a wavelength or something. And this is how the poem came out. Sometimes it feels like you're the only exciting thing in my life. So sometimes it's just easier to write when I'm thinking about you. Sayori? No. I don't deserve this. You're too nice to me. Why are you doing this? Sayori has trouble keeping her voice steady all of a sudden. If you had fun with everyone else instead, this would be so much easier. Sayori. I glance around the room to make sure nobody else has noticed this. Sayori. I've probably never said this before, but I don't understand what you're feeling right now. Tell me, what will cheer you up? Sayori shakes her head. She sniffles and keeps shaking her head. Finally, she gathers herself and puts on a smile. It's nothing, Miss Slash. It's just like a little rain cloud. I'm sorry you had to see that. I promise it won't happen again. She just smiles from everyone. Just smiles from everyone, okay? It's all that matters. Go play with everyone else. I'm gonna go home a little bit early today. Sayori. Sayori, tell Monika I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Before I can say anything else, Sayori cheerfully walks out of the classroom, humming to herself. Monika, okay, you three. We're all done sharing poems, right? Why don't we start figuring out... Hold on a second. Is it just me, or did you say something strange just now? Monika, Yuri, something did sound a bit unusual. That's right. You deviated from your usual catchphrase when addressing the club. Monika, catchphrase? I don't have a catchphrase. Natsuki, jeesh. Why is the mood so weird today? Look, even Yuri isn't immune to it. Yuri, Stagnating air is common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen. Slash, in your books, maybe? Look, the only thing that's different is Sayori isn't here. You're right. It seems you're right, Monika. Sayori always helps lighten the mood a bit, doesn't she? It's almost like everyone's balance is thrown off a little when she's not around. Natsuki, where the heck did she run off to anyway? I thought she was just one to go pee. Yuri, Natsuki, please show some decency. Natsuki, oh come on. Slash, she actually wasn't feeling too well, so she went home early. Yuri, is that so? I hope she's alright. Natsuki, seriously? Of all the times to not go home with her, you picked the time she's not feeling well? So much for you two being all lovey-dovey. Slash, no? First of all, stop misunderstanding my friendship with Sayori. And second, she's kind of been avoiding me today, so I didn't want to force it. Yuri. Ooh. Slash, that's curious expression coming from you, Yuri, of all people. Monika, guys, calm down. I said that backwards, didn't I? I talked to her earlier and everything is fine. But what did she say? Monika. Anyway, we need to figure out the rest of the festival preparations, so let's decide what everyone will be doing this weekend. Natsuki, I already know what I'm doing. Monika, that's right. Natsuki will be making cupcakes. But we might need a lot of them, and different flavors. Can you handle it all by yourself, Natsuki? Challenge accepted. Monika, and as for myself, I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Sayori will be helping me design them. And as for you, Yuri, you can, guys, can you help me come up with something for Yuri? Yuri, I'm useless. Monika, no. It's not like that at all. You're the most talented person here, you know. Natsuki, Monika, no, Natsuki's pouting too. Mixlash, jeez. Even I can tell now. I guess I never gave Sayori enough credit, but I can tell that things are harder on you when she's not around. Monika, that may be the case, but if I can't also be a leader on my own, then I won't grow as a person. So Sayori, you have a beautiful handwriting, you know? So you should make some banners and decorations to help set the atmosphere. Yuri, atmosphere? I'm about that. I love atmosphere. Yuri's expression slowly changes as she stares at her desk and focuses and starts nodding to herself. Slash, your mind is already racing, I see. Monika, that's great. You'll be a wonderful help, Yuri. Monika. But anyway, that just leaves you, Slash. The one who is truly useless. Monika, don't say that. In fact, both Natsuki and Yuri have some pretty heavy tasks to handle. It would probably go a long way if you gave one of them a hand. You could always help me out as well. I would really appreciate that. I would be really appreciative of that. Slash, that's Monika is suggesting I spend the weekend with one of my club members. How on earth are they going to respond to a suggestion like that, Yuri? I suppose I wouldn't mind a bit of help. Natsuki, well, even if you don't know how to bake, there's always some dirty work I could give to you. It's not like Monika's going to give me a choice, and you shouldn't be sitting on your butt anyway. Natsuki tries to mumble a bunch of excuses like that. Yuri, if I recall, Natsuki, you mentioned that you would like to handle the baking on your own. Slash may not like to be around if you only make him out to be a nuisance. So therefore, he may be more suited to assisting with decorations. Natsuki, hold on, I never said that. How hard could it be to make a few decorations anyway? It sounds more like you're just making excuses for Slash too. Yuri, what are you saying? It will be extremely meticulous work, Natsuki, and baking isn't? Just what do you think? Monika, guys, settle down for a moment. In the end, I think it's up to Slash to decide who would like to contribute. Besides, he hasn't really gotten a chance to spend any time with me yet, you know? So I'm sure he's interested in... Natsuki, you literally just said... Yuri, I'm surprised as well. Monika, sorry, I was just saying, though. Natsuki, geesh, can we just settle this already? Monika, yeah. Slash, you're okay with this, right? In the end, it's up to you. Of course. Natsuki. Yuri. Very well. Monika. In that case, everyone looks straight at me. But of course I'm going to go with Sayori, man. We're on the Sayori route. We're Team Sayori here at this stream. McSlash, I mean, if it's going to be anyone, then I'd prefer helping Sayori. I mean, we're already neighbors and Yuri, but Monika said, Hazuki. Monika said that Sayori was helping her. Jeez. Do you really hate us that much? No. Monika, sorry, I didn't mean to be this difficult. I don't really want to help Natsuki. She's kind of an a-hole. Yuri, I think, would just be uncomfortable to be around for that long period of time. So I'm probably going to go with Monika. Plus, she's really sus, and I want to, like, snoop her out a little bit and be like, what's your deal, lady? So let's go with Monika. McSlash. Well, I guess I should probably be helping Monika. Monika, yeah, you picked me. Natsuki, hold on a second. Yeah, Yuri. Yeah. Natsuki, Monika, you're the one who needs the least help out of all of us. Monika, but... Yuri, I agree with Natsuki. Not only is your work already most suitable for one person, but you already have Sayori as well. Monika, but McSlash was the one who... Natsuki, that doesn't matter. We're the one who scared him into picking you in the first place. You're the club president, Monika. You're supposed to make the responsible decision for the club. Yuri, Monika, you shouldn't let your ulterior motives interfere with this decision. Monika, ulterior motives? What are you saying, Yuri? In fact, that sounds like you guys are the ones with the ulterior motives. Natsuki, excuse me? Monika, otherwise, this wouldn't have been made in such a big deal in the first place. Yuri, that's completely false, Monika. Natsuki, yeah, we have a lot of work to do, you know. We won't do as good of a job if you make us work alone. Monika, maybe that's true. Yuri, think of the club, Monika. If you want our event to succeed, then we need to appropriately distribute our resources. Monika, so you're gonna do the right thing, President? Monika, okay, I get it. It's technically the most logical for McSlash to help one of you two, so I guess that's what we'll do. Well, I want to pick Natsuki then, because baking sounds more fun than decorations. Baking sounds like it could be fun. And you guys made it sound like a lot of work, so it could probably use 2 people. Natsuki, don't worry. Baking is a ton of fun. You'll definitely agree. Monika, just a minute ago you were saying that, Natsuki, that's because... Never mind, okay? Monika, very well. Anyway. You'll be fine by yourself, right, Yuri? Yuri, of course. I'm used to it, after all. Monika. That's good. Even though Yuri is being melodramatic, it's a little bit hard not to feel bad. Natsuki. So that's everything, right? Anything else we need to talk about? Monika. No, I think that's it. Are you guys excited? Natsuki, yes! Everything except the performance is gonna be awesome! Slash, I don't think that really counts. Monika, what about you, McSlash? Me? I guess you could say I'm interested to see how it all turns out. Monika, that's good enough for me. What about you, Yuri? Yuri? Natsuki, she's still sulking. Yuri. Natsuki starts pouting too. Natsuki, it's not... I mean, it's not that big of a deal or anything. McSlash, well, it might not be just that. I think Yuri might just be feeling a little underappreciated in general. Having to come up with something for her to do and then nobody offering to help her. Natsuki, that doesn't mean... Natsuki glances back and forth between everyone with a worried expression. Look. Natsuki goes over and puts her hands down on Yuri's shoulder. Yuri? You really are the most talented one here, and you are going to help make the event a lot more fun and welcoming. I mean, the cupcakes will probably help a lot too, but you're going to make the atmosphere special. That'll be really important for the way people feel during the performances. So you need to stop being dumb and give yourself a little bit more credit. Natsuki releases her hands and turns around to face the other direction. Yuri, you didn't really mean that, did you? Natsuki, not really, but Yuri isn't the only one surprised. Monika and I are taken back by Natsuki's words. Natsuki, of all people, to be saying such encouraging things. But I begin to understand. Natsuki was trying to sound like Sayori. Even if it didn't work perfectly, I could tell that she tried to say something Sayori would say at a time like this. Because Sayori always helps everyone smile and feel good about themselves. Yuri, I'm sorry for being dumb. I'm going to do my best. And all of us are going to make it a really great event. Natsuki, yeah. Monika, yeah. I hope to see everyone do their best. But with that, there's nothing more for today. So I guess it's time for us to head out. Natsuki, okay, but I'm staying here a bit longer. I barely got to do any reading today, so... Monika, fair enough. There's nothing wrong with that. Everyone packs up their things. I start to follow Monika and Yuri out the door as they chat between each other. Natsuki, where are you going? Natsuki, we still need to figure out our plans for this weekend. You literally would have gotten home and realized you didn't even have a way to contact me. Oh yeah, that's true. I have no idea how that slipped my mind. Natsuki, sheesh, good thing I stopped you. I'm giving you my number, okay? You better not make it weird or anything. Why would I do that? Natsuki gives me her number. Okay. I'm coming over on Saturday. I'll bring all the ingredients. / Wait, you're coming to my house? Natsuki, well, yeah. What's wrong with that? / I mean, I just figured that since I'm the one helping, I'd be going to your house. Natsuki, yeah, right. Like I could have a guy over to my house. My dad would kill me. / Really? It's kind of strict if you ask me. Natsuki, yeah? How do you think I feel? I can't do anything when my dad's home. Anyway, I just needed to complain for a second. We have each other's number now. That's all I needed from you. I guess I'll text you when I'm coming over. / Alright, fine by me. Yeah, I'm really going to show you why I love baking so much. So you better look forward to it. / Oh. Didn't you say you were just going to give me the dirty work? Natsuki, well, I was just saying that. It's not like I could act like that in front of everyone. And that I was looking forward to this. / Wait, really? Natsuki, well, kind of. Just because I never got to bake with someone else before. That's all it is, so... Alright, I get it. Sorry for overreacting. Anyway, I'll be heading out now. See you on Sunday. Natsuki, never mind. I can't believe this. Natsuki is going to be coming to my house on Sunday. Even though I would have preferred to do this with Sayori, my anxiety still shoots through the roof. I guess I've gotten pretty used to handling her at this point. But who knows what might end up happening when we're outside of school. She even told me she was looking forward to it. I shake my head. Why do I feel so nervous that Sayori finds out about this? It's not like we feel that way about each other. Besides, like Monika said, this is about the club. I have nothing to worry about. If I just go with it, then I'll have a good time. It's already Sunday. That's me every weekend. I've been getting increasingly anxious about Natsuki's upcoming visit. Keep telling myself there's no reason to be nervous, but it doesn't help much. I wonder if she'll act any different when it's just the two of us. Meanwhile, she's been texting me a lot. We sent each other one after exchanging numbers to double check, but it turned into a conversation. She's almost a different personality on the phone, using tons of emojis and cute language. She also really likes complaining about things, but I kind of saw that one coming. But putting Natsuki aside, I haven't heard anything from Sayori since she left the club early the other day. It's not like we text each other all the time or anything, but I've been worried about her in the back of my mind. Between what Sayori said and what Monika said, Is it really okay for me to put Sayori's feelings aside when she might need me? Probably not. I decide to visit Sayori before Natsuki comes over. Rather than asking, I simply tell her I'm coming over, much like we've done in the past. Once I reach Sayori's house, I knock on the door before entering it myself. Again, we used to play here so often that would have... There's no music right now. Makes me nervous. Again, we used to play so often that we've made a bit of a habit of simply entering each other's houses like we're family. House is quiet. Sayori isn't anywhere on the first floor, so I assume she's up in her room. It's already strange of her not to run down to greet me. I head up to her bedroom, where I finally find her. Sayori. Sayori, hi, McSlash. Okay, good, she's not dead. I was waiting for them to like open up the door and she's like splayed out blood everywhere and it turns into a murder mystery. Like, well, there's the disturbing content. I sit down in her room. Sayori forces a smile, but it's easy to tell that she's different. There's a minute of silence between us. Sayori, you haven't come over like this in a long time, have you? McSlash. I guess you're right. It's been a long time. Not much has really changed, has it? Sayori's room is as messy as it always has been. I also recognize the same stuffed animals and the wall decorations that she's had for years now. Is that an angry bird in the background? Sayori. If you came over more often, it wouldn't be such a mess. McSlash, that's because I end up cleaning it up for you. Sayori, how come you suddenly wanted to come over today? Aren't you supposed to see Natsuki today? McSlash, yeah, but... Wait, how did you know about that? Sayori had already left by the time we decided that last... Sayori had already left by the time we decided that last meeting. Sayori, Monika told me. It's only natural for her to keep me informed about the festival preparations, right? Slash, that's true. But what about you? Aren't you going to be helping Monika today? Sayori, of course. But I'm just helping her online. We didn't plan to meet up or anything. Slash, oh. So it's just me and Natsuki then? Sayori, yep. There's more silence between us. Sayori stares in a random direction. Everything about her behavior is really uncharacteristic. I finally get to the point. I just wanted to see how you were doing. After you left Friday, when something's wrong, you can't hide it from me. I know you too well, so... Sayori smiles, shaking her head. Sayori, that's no good, McSlash. Huh? Why can't it just be like it always been? This is all my fault. If I didn't get so weak and accidentally express my feelings, if I didn't make that stupid mistake, then you wouldn't have been worried about me all the time. You wouldn't have come here. You wouldn't have been thinking about me right now. But this is just my punishment, isn't it? I'm getting punished for being so selfish. I think that's why the world decided to have you come over today. It just wants to torture me. Sayori! I grab Sayori by the shoulders. McSlash. What on earth are you saying? Are you listening to yourself right now? I know something happened to you. There's no other explanation for you to be like this. So tell me already. Until I know, I won't be able to stop thinking about it. Sayori, Sayori gives me an empty smile. You really put me in a trap, McSlash, but you're wrong. Nothing happened to me. I've always been like this. You're just seeing it for the first time. Slash, seeing what? What are you talking about, Sayori? Sayori. You're really just gonna make it me come on, Braden. You're really just going to make me say it, aren't you, McSlash? I guess I have no choice this time. The thing is, I've had really bad depression my whole life. Did you know that? Why do you think I'm late to school every day? Because most days I can't even find a reason to get out of bed. What reason is there to do anything when I fully know how worthless I am? Why go to school? Why eat? Why make friends? Why make other people put their energy and caring to waste by having them spend it on me? That's what it feels like. And that's why I just want to make everyone happy. without anyone worrying about me. I'm in shock. I can't even figure out how to respond. How is it possible that Sayori kept this from me the entire time that I've known her? Did she really want so badly for me to just not think about her? / why, Sayori? Why is it that you've never told me about this? It almost feels like you've been betrayed as it almost feels like I've been betrayed as your close friend. Because if I knew, I would have done everything I could to support you. Even if there's only so much that I could do. I would have tried a little bit harder to make every day a little better for you. Well, I'm your friend. All you had to do was tell me. Sayori, you don't understand at all, / Why do you think I didn't tell you? Because if I told you, then you would have to waste effort caring about me instead of doing important things. I don't want to be cared about. It's bittersweet when people try to care about me. It feels nice sometimes, but it also feels like a bat being swung against my head. And that's why I've wanted so badly for you to make friends with everyone else. Helping everyone be happy together is the best thing for me. But then I discovered something else too. Seeing you make friends and get closer with everyone else in the club, it feels like a spear going through my heart. So that's why. So I decided the world just wants to torture me. Every path leads to nothing but hurt. Gosh, you're right. I don't understand. I don't understand your feelings at all, Sayori. I do. But I don't need to understand. Whatever it takes for me to help you stop hurting, that's what I'll do. Sayori, no / There's nothing. There's nothing at all. The only way that could have helped is if everything could be like it was. But I was selfish. I finally showed you what a horrible person I am. Tears streaked down Sayori's face. I made you join the literature club because I was selfish, and I was punished by my heart hurting in a way that I couldn't understand, and now you came here, and I made you hurt too. I'm just weak and selfish. That's all I am. And that's why I'm going to accept these punishments, because I deserve every last one. This is getting heavy. Without thinking, I once again grab Sayori's shoulders. This time I pull her into a tight embrace. Sayori, I don't care if you feel selfish. I'm really happy that you convinced me to join the club. Seeing you every day makes it worthwhile enough. If I make friends with everyone else, then that's just a bonus. But please never underestimate how much I care about you. I wouldn't have it any other way. Sayori isn't hugging me back. Despite my arms being wrapped around her, Sayori's arms remain at her side. She starts sobbing next to my ear. Sayori, no. Don't do this to me. Please don't do this. Sayori barely manages to speak between her sobs. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, but all I want for her to know is that I care. If you have it in you to call yourself selfish, then you have to let me be selfish too. No matter what it takes, I'll figure out what needs to change. I'll make these feelings go away. And if there's anything you need me to do, then you better tell me. I'll get mad if you don't. I don't know. I don't know. Gently, Sayori finally puts her arms around me in return. I don't know anything. It's all really scary. I don't understand any of my feelings, The only time I'm not feeling nothing is when I'm feeling pain. But your hugs are so warm. And that's really scary too. Sayori lets me go. As she does, I let her go as well. The festival is tomorrow. Sayori, yeah. It's gonna be fun, right? Yeah. How would you like for me to spend it all with you? It's what I want. I promise. I think that would be nice then. Yeah. Sayori wipes her eyes. If I could spend the whole day with her, I would. Of all days, this has to be the one or I have other plans. Maybe I should cancel. No, don't. Please don't. If you did that, then I wouldn't forgive you. But it's almost time for Natsuki to meet me at my house. At the very least, do you want to come along to help? It'd be fun. To my surprise, Sayori shakes her head. I'm sorry. I don't know if that would be very, very good for me today. You understand, right? It's kind of hard for me to fully understand, but I'm trying my hardest. Sayori, it's okay. Don't worry too much about it. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Slash, alright. I'll look forward to it. Say goodbye to Sayori and exit her house. On the way home, I find myself feeling uneasy. But it's hard for me to think about it when Natsuki is about to come over too. I think Sayori is right. I shouldn't be worried too much. And we're definitely going to have a great time tomorrow. I should just focus on what's ahead of me. I spent only a few minutes back at the home, anxiously awaiting Natsuki's arrival. Before I know it, she texts me to let me know she's outside of the front door. Thought I'd delay open the front door to let her in. Sup? Hey. I don't know what I was expecting, but Natsuki is in something other than her school uniform totally threw me off. Seeing her in such cute clothes makes the uniform seem totally unfitting in comparison. Natsuki, geez, don't make me feel so awkward already. It's gonna be a long afternoon, so just don't be weird just because you're not used to seeing me outside of the school. Anyway, I'm coming in. Gosh, I see you brought a lot of stuff. Natsuki is carrying a large bag that is probably full of baking supplies. Natsuki. Excuse me. My voice is starting to give out. Well, I didn't want to come all this way just to find out your kitchen isn't equipped for the job. You brought everything I asked, didn't you? Yeah, I did. Yesterday, Natsuki asked me to buy a bunch of ingredients if I didn't already have them at home. Natsuki, good. Glad I could count on you to do your part. McSlash, well, of course. I'm surprised to hear Natsuki suddenly say she'd rather say something snarky like she'd... I'm surprised to hear Natsuki say that, rather than something snarky like she usually does. Could it be that she's a little different outside of school after all? McSlash, anyway, let's go to the kitchen. Natsuki, what? You're not even going to offer me to take the heavy bag from me? Where's your hospitality, McSlash? Oh, come on. Since when did I need to be a gentleman? I grab the bag from Natsuki. I grab the bag Natsuki holds out for me. Ugh, this is ridiculously heavy. I carried that all the way here. Are you impressed? McSlash, I see now. Yeah, I'm impressed, Natsuki. It seems like I always underestimate you. It's because I'm so small, isn't it, you jerk? Natsuki hits a fist into my chest. Hey! Your size has nothing to do with it. Do you really hate being small that much? Natsuki, it's not like I hate it. I mean, sometimes I like proving people wrong when they think I'm only worth my size. It's fun to, when I get to be small and also be better than other people. But, geesh, never mind. What are you making me say? Don't think you can make me talk about weird things just because we're not at school. Are we getting started or what? There's a lot of stuff I gotta teach you. Aha. Natsuki, what? That's a little bit more like you. You're more fun when you just speak your mind like that. Natsuki, hey. Now are you treating me like a child? I was just trying to be a little nicer to you, you know? And just because I don't have a mature, sexy figure like Yuri does doesn't mean you should treat me like... Natsuki catches her words and turns her face red. Slash, Natsuki? Natsuki, forget it. I didn't say anything. Slash, I should apologize. Natsuki, McSlash, I appreciate that you're always trying to be nicer. I should have been a little bit more considerate too. But also, if that's what you're thinking, then you should know that there are tons of guys who are into that body types like yours. How would you know that anyway? Just trust me on this one. Gross. Hey! Was that to me? Who else? Man. Let's just get started already. Natsuki. Haha. You get all sour when girls call you gross. I finally found your weakness, /. Natsuki smiles deviously. / Please spare me. Well, if Natsuki decides to dish out more insults like that, there's no way I'm not fighting back. But she's satisfied enough for now. Finally started to pull things out of her bag so we can get started. Before long, the whole kitchen is a mess. Spoons, dirty bowls, flour, spilled fluid. I almost said spoiled fluid and about got real gross. Spoons, dirty bowls, flour, spilled fluid, and plastic bags are strewn about everywhere on the countertop. The mixer isn't big enough to make all the batter at once, so we had to do it several times. Meanwhile, Natsuki is babysitting all my movements to make sure I don't mess up her precious baking. Natsuki, /, where'd you put the food coloring? The batter's going in the oven soon, so I need to fill the trays. / I think it's in the bag next to the table? What are you using for? Natsuki, to color the batter, of course. I'm making each tray a different color. That way, even if the flavors aren't different, everyone can still pick their favorite. Oh, that's a cute idea. Are we doing anything like that with the icing? Natsuki, do you want to? You're asking me? I don't really have a preference, so... Natsuki, oh, come on. You're not putting any heart into this at all. Can you at least try to have some fun? / I am having fun. I'm not really sure what Natsuki is trying to get out of me. Meanwhile, I see her separate the batter into small bowls and put a few drops of food coloring into each. Oh, that does look pretty cool. See? It's not like baking is just about following instructions. The presentation is where you get to be creative and have the most fun. It's a million times more worth it in the end if just look... Come on, brain. It's a million times more worth it in the end if just looking at it makes everyone else's eyes light up. Like the ones you made on my first day, huh? I recall Natsuki proudly presenting her cat-shaped cupcakes and Sayori and Monika's delighted expressions. I wonder if I can make Natsuki proud like that too. Yeah, maybe I will use food coloring then. Natsuki, sounds like you're starting to understand. Just make sure you completely finish mixing the icing before you mess with the food coloring. / yeah, it's getting there. We were using the electric mixer for the batter, so I got stuck with a whisk and a huge bowl for the icing. Okay, the icing's still all lumpy. Are you even trying? Yeah, it just takes a little longer. Natsuki, sheesh, I'll be here all night if you do it like that. Here, look. Natsuki grabs the whisk from me and uses her hand to tilt the bowl back. You really need to beat the crap out of it. After a few seconds, the consistency of the icing is already improved. See? As if to emphasize, Natsuki sticks a finger in the icing and pops it in her mouth. I reluctantly start to do the same. Hey! Natsuki suddenly grabs my wrist. I don't want your gross fingers in my icing. Your icing, huh? Are you forgetting who did all the work? I started to fight back every inch my finger toward... I'd start to fight back, trying to inch my finger forward toward the bowl. There's like some words, when they're together, it just trips me up. I don't know what it is. Natsuki, don't make me beat the crap out of you next. I'd like to see you try. I push harder, just enough for my finger to reach the icing. I triumphantly scoop some of my finger just as Natsuki tugs with all of her might. / The force Natsuki pulls me causes me to stumble, making her stumble in turn. Natsuki, gross. You got it in my face. / and whose fault is that? There's a big glob of icing on Natsuki's cheek. She tries to reach over her tongue, but it's too far away. Natsuki, sheesh. You know what? Take this. Natsuki instead wipes it off with her finger before shoving her finger toward my face. You wish. I'm faster. I grab her wrist with my hand before she reaches my face. Natsuki tries to use her other hand to fight back, but I grab that one as well. Ah, stop. Not until you apologize for calling me gross. Fine, fine. I'm sorry for calling you gross. You know I don't mean it. It's just fun seeing you react to it. You don't have to tell me. You don't have to do. You don't. You do that to me all the time, you know. Saying dumb things just to get a reaction out of me. You really shouldn't tease girls like that. Is that so? In that case, I probably shouldn't do this either. I take Natsuki's finger and put it in my mouth, licking off the icing. Ew. What? Did you seriously just... Natsuki is so surprised I can't even figure out how to get mad at me. Her face is entirely red. Natsuki, themickslash. You really shouldn't do that kind of things to girls unless you really like them. You know that, right? What kind of question is she asking me? Just like that? How did the mood turn so quickly? Natsuki gazes at me in silence. I notice her shallow breaths. Why am I starting to feel dizzy? Natsuki, out of nowhere, the fire alarm starts going off. Natsuki rushes over to the oven. Is something burning? I thought you didn't put the cupcakes in yet. Cough. No wonder. You left a dirty tray in here, dummy. How could you make a mistake like that? You should have checked it before turning on the oven? Don't blame me for your mistakes. Sheesh. Natsuki uses the oven mitt to grab the blackened tray out of the oven. Sits on top of the stove. In another moment, the fire alarm stops. Natsuki. Anyway, I'm putting them in the oven now. Yeah. The tension from the moment before still lingers over our heads, but the moment is already lost. I watch as Natsuki slides the cupcake trays into the oven. Then I reluctantly pick up the whisk and continue with the icing like nothing ever happened. Oh, that smells good. The cupcakes are ready to be pulled out of the oven. As soon as Natsuki opens the door, a blast of sweet-smelling air fills the room. Look how cute they all are. She proudly shows off the different colored cupcakes in each of the trays. They'll look even better once we add the icing. Not like you need to tell me that. I brought the decorating stuff too, so I hope you can get creative. Here, scoop the icing into these bags. Natsuki hands me some plastic bags. I have these nozzles that will make it look nice and fluffy. This one can even make flowers. We probably won't be using it at this time though. What's this one for? I pick up one of the nozzles that have a much thinner tip than the others. That one's really thin, so you can use it to make stripes or other patterns. But you can use it to write stuff on cupcakes, like happy birthday or whatever. Oh, I see. It gives me an idea, actually. Natsuki, huh? Well, it's a literature event, right? We could make it more literature themed by writing a different word on each of the cupcakes. It'd be fun to see people choose their cupcakes based on the word they like. I was kind of expecting you to say something really stupid. That's actually a really cute idea, so... Maybe I'm getting it from you. What's that supposed to mean? I'm not cute. Come on. You're not at school. Nobody's judging. You can't dress and act like this and not expect me to think you're cute. Well, Natsuki's voice trails off. Same with you. Eh? Did you say something? Natsuki, no, nothing. Let's just do the icing. Natsuki picks up the paste and fastens the nozzle onto each of the bags. There's a lot to do, so we shouldn't be wasting time. Here, I'll show you how to do it. Without giving me a chance to think about it, Natsuki quickly moves on. She shows me how to apply the icing, and then we each get to work. Brain malfunction there for a second. When we're finally finished, Natsuki puts them all side by side to admire our work. Look how pretty these all are. Yeah, they are, aren't they? I wish I could have just have one now. Well, there's no reason you can't, right? I don't see any harm in that. Well, yeah, but my dad's making dinner tonight, so I really need to save my appetite. Sayori's the exact opposite in that regard. If she was here, she'd probably be down 10 cupcakes already. And she would still eat dinner. Come on, that's just unhealthy. Besides, when my dad cooks, I need to eat as much of it as I can. Well, anyway. I was hoping we would get to have time for manga, but I need to go home for dinner. Gosh, already? It's a shame. Hazuki, it's your fault for working so slowly. You should have thought about that. It's not like you've always had this time, come on, words. It's not like you always have this chance. / man. As usual, Natsuki places the blame on me. Natsuki, you can bring the cupcakes tomorrow, right? If you and Sayori each carry some, then you'll probably do it in one trip. / yeah, I can do that. Don't worry, I won't let her eat any. Natsuki, I wish she would listen to me when I say... I wish she would listen to me the way she listens to you. Yeah. I again think back to the conversation I had with Sayori earlier today. I felt so helpless. Sayori always does listen to me, but at a point it felt like she couldn't listen to me at all. Okay, I'm all packed up. Good work today. You too. I'll walk you out, I guess. Just like that, Natsuki is already about to leave. It feels like the afternoon went by in a flash. More than that, I didn't even take the opportunity to get close to her like I wanted. Well, I guess I'll be off then. Thanks for all the help and everything. I'll see you tomorrow. Wait, Natsuki. Huh? What you said before about not always having this chance. It doesn't have to be that way at all. I had fun today. You showed me how fun baking can be like you wanted. But aside from that, you can come over anytime, okay? I think if possible, I'd like to spend more time like this. If you want to read manga or go out or something, you really mean that? Natsuki looks at me tensely like she's trying to hide her expression. Yeah. I wanted to spend more time with you. / I thought you only cared about getting this done. I'm sorry I had to leave so early today. I really didn't want to. I would really stay longer if I could. I feel the same way as you do, so... Suddenly, Natsuki gets closer to me. Wait, Natsuki. Standing inches from me, Natsuki looks up at me. I feel her fingers gently touch the sides of my shirt, as if holding on to me. Her rose-colored cheeks and matching eyes fill my vision, along with her slightly parted lips. What is happening? My head starts to go dizzy as I feel her soft breath against me. I feel it. I felt it for a while now. Natsuki suddenly jumps back. Sayori! / huh? Sayori. Hi, / Sayori. Ooh. Just now we weren't... Okay, / I just stopped by to say hi. Well... You should have come a little earlier. I'm already on my way out, so... Sayori, oh, really? That's too bad. Yeah, well... I'll see you at the festival tomorrow, so it's fine. Just don't eat any cupcakes before then. Anyway, later. Clearly flustered, Natsuki hurries off and Sayori waves goodbye. Sayori, I thought you didn't want to come over today. Sayori, well... I tried staying in my room, but... My imagination was really being mean to me. So I came over here to see it for myself. See what? What are you talking about? You saw nothing. Sayori, you know how much fun you were having with Natsuki and how close you got to her. Makes me really happy. You've made such good friends. That's all that matters to me. Tears start falling down Sayori's face. That's all that matters to me. Why am I feeling this way, / I'm supposed to be happy for you. Why does it feel like my heart is splitting in half? It hurts so much. Everything hurts so much. It'd be so much better if I could just disappear. Sorry, don't say that. It's true, / If I wasn't here, then you wouldn't have to waste your sympathy on me. You wouldn't have to put up with me being selfish. Monika was right. I should have just... Monika? Monika was right about what? Sayori, what I said before is true. I'm not going to let this continue. Caring about you like this isn't the burden your mind makes it out to be. It's something that makes me happy. It's something that I wouldn't trade for anything else. So even if it takes an entire lifetime, I'm going to be by your side until you don't feel any more pain. But Sayori looks away. I put my hand on her shoulder to reassure her. I'm scared, mac'slash. I'm really scared. What are you scared of, Sayori? I'm scared that I might like you more than you like me. Sayori. It's true, isn't it? I was weak and started to like you too much. I did this to myself. Slash. I like you so much more. So much that I want to die. That's how I feel. And that's enough, Sayori. I don't want to hurt you anymore. I slide my hand down Sayori's arm and squeeze her hand in my own. Do you remember how I said I always know what's best for you? Do you still believe me? Wordlessly, Sayori nods. Even if you don't understand all of your own feelings. I know what you need the most right now. And that is what I'm going to give you. Oh boy. We can save before these, so let's save. They're not overwriting that one? Weird. So it's when it's not highlighted is when you save over? That's weird. Oh. So, let's have a conversation. First off, I realize my name mac'slash is really goofy when you gotta say it seriously. Secondly, like if we're gonna look back, I'm on Team Sayori, but after we hung out with Natsuki, I think like I personally would probably go with Natsuki because of the like bullshit relationship you can have with her where you can just like riff on each other. That's the more of the relationship I'm more of akin to, is just bullshitting with each other and like teasing and name calling and stuff. So like I would probably lean more to Natsuki, but for the sake of getting rid of friend zone situations, we're gonna go with the I love you to Sayori. I love you. Those are my true feelings. So there's no way you could like me more than I like you. Should have realized it sooner. But spending time with everyone at the club, making new friends, and having fun with you every day, it helped me realize that you are truly the most important person to me. That's why I'll accept any of your burdens, as long as we continue this every day with you by my side. Then I know we'll be happy. Both be happy. mac'slash. Suddenly, Sayori wraps her arms around me tightly. mac'slash. Is this really okay? Yeah. I hold Sayori in my arms and pull her closer. You never have to let go of me again. I love you, mac'slash. I want to be with you forever. Me too. I feel Sayori's grip around me weaken a bit. What is this? Sayori? I'm supposed to be happy right now. I always thought this would be the happiest moment for me. But why? Even now? Why won't the rain clouds go away? There's nothing going away at all, mac'slash. Okay, Sayori. It might take some time for things to get better again. But no matter how long it takes, I'll be there every step of the way. That's all that matters right now. Oh, okay. I trust you. Sayori and I slowly release each other. So, I guess that makes the festival tomorrow our first date, huh? What are you saying? I don't want to think about those things, you know? I want everything to be the same as it always has. Even if we really are a couple. I don't know if I could handle anything more right now. It's really new and scary to me. I understand. We'll go at whatever pace suits you best. mac'slash. Sayori gazes at me one more time, smiling sadly. Even if I get really, really sad, this is the best thing for me, right? I don't really understand what Sayori means by that. Are you saying that this will make you... Are you saying that this is making you feel sad, Sayori? Sayori, I don't know. I don't understand what I'm feeling. It felt like a bunch of thorns when you told me you loved me. But that's why I want to trust you. You know what's best for me. Yeah, I do. That's my promise. I say that, but in reality, I've never felt more uncertain when it comes to Sayori. I know that I love her, and she loves me. But I'm having as much trouble understanding Sayori's feeling as she is. Even though I can comfort her, I keep wondering if I should do something more, or something different. I know these thoughts will continue to plague me until things are back to the way they were. Is that what Sayori meant by not wanting to change anything? I don't know. But I know that give it everything I got. Sayori is the most important person to me. And I'll do whatever it takes to make her a happy future with me. Man, I am not reading well today. Or the day of the festival. This is a game I need constant fluids for. It's the day of the festival. Of all the days, I expected this one to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayori. Sayori isn't answering her phone. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but I sighed, that's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be nearly complete. I managed to carry all the cupcakes by myself, stacking 2 trays. Natsuki is already texting up a storm, but I can't respond thanks to my hands being full. Funny enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Sayori and Natsuki at the festival. But knowing Monika, I'm sure the event will be great too. Monika, McSlash, you're the first one here. Thanks for being early. That's funny, I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Monika is placing little booklets in front of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared that have all the poems we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monika would like and submitted it. So that's the one I'll be performing. I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you. Yeah, she overslept again, that dummy. You think on days this important she'd tried a little harder. I say that, but I suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday. And I suddenly feel awful knowing that it's not nearly that simple for her. I only said that because it's the way I'm used to thinking. But maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all, Monika. Well, you should take a little responsibility for her, McSlash. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. You kind of left her hanging this morning, you know? McSlash, exchange? Monika, you know about that? Monika, of course I do. I'm the club president after all. But I stammer, embarrassed. Did Sayori really tell her about it that quickly? That we're a couple now? I didn't really plan on bringing it up with anyone. Sheesh. You don't know the full story at all, so... Monika, don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think. Monika is being as friendly as usual, but for some reason, I felt a chill down my spine after hearing that. Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nicely. McSlash, yeah, sure. I grabbed one of the pamphlets laid out on the desk. Oh yeah, they did. Something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously. Monika, yeah, I thought so too. I flipped through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it an almost professional feel. Natsuki. I recognize Natsuki's and Yuri's poems are the ones they performed during our practice. What's this? I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different from the one she practiced. It's one I haven't read before. Ooh, boy. Percent. Get out of my head, 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 my get out, get out. Oh shoot, it had to scroll down. No. What is this? Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach. Monica McSlash, what's wrong? Nothing. The poem feels completely different from everything Sayori's written before. What's history? Okay, we can. I know we can look at the poems. Okay, I know we can look at the poems back on the main screen. So we'll look at it at the end of when we go to wrap this up. The poem feels completely different from everything else Sayori's written, but more than that, I changed my mind. I'm gonna go get Sayori. So Monica, oh well, all right. Try not to take too long, okay? I quickly leave the classroom. Monica, don't strain yourself. Monica calls out after me. I quicken my pace. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little bit harder for Sayori. It's not a big deal to at least wait for her or help her wake up. Even the simple gesture of walking her to school makes her really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that the things will be the same as they always have been. That's all she needs, and what I want to give her. I reach Sayori's house and knock on the door. I don't expect an answer since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I opened the door and let myself in. Sayori? She's a really heavy sleeper. I swallow. Can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house. Is that really something a boyfriend would do? Is it? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on the door. Sayori? Wake up, dummy. There's no response. I don't like where we're going with this. I really don't want to enter her room like this. Isn't that kind of a breach of privacy? She leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. Say... What is happening now? What the hell? The hell? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. This isn't real. There's no way this can be real. Sayori wouldn't do this. Everything was normal until a few days ago. That's why I can't believe what my eyes are showing me. Oh, I knew it. I suppressed the urge to vomit. Just yesterday, I told Sayori I would be there for her. I told her I knew what's best and everything will be okay. Then why? Why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Confessing to her? I shouldn't have confessed it to her. That's not what Sayori needed at all. She even told me how painful it is for others to care about her. Then why did I confess to her? It make her feel even worse. Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My swarming thoughts keep telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. If I just spent more time with her, walked to school, and remained friends with her, like it always has been, then I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club. Screw the festival. I just lost my best friend. Someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I can do can bring her back. This isn't some game where I get to reset and try something different. I only had one chance and I wasn't careful enough. And now I carry this guilt around with me until I die. Nothing in my life is worth more than hers. But I still couldn't do what she needed for me. And now, I can never take it back. Never, 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 never. Yeah, that was something. End. Well, that was Doki Doki Literature. Woof. Woof. It won't let us start a new game. Well, look, all the games all messed up. I'm gonna go back to here. Because if we go down to pictures, we can see what that poem said, the Get Out poem. Can we not? Did we not unlock the Get Out poem? Doesn't look like it. Nope. Oh, that was, Can I do this for a thumbnail? No, it specifically said it wasn't a game to be reset. It wants you to. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Oh, that's sad, though. Oh, I didn't want to see that. It corrupted the files? What is happening right now? Okay. I don't know what's happening right now. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking each other to school. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. I always tell myself about time I meet some girls or something, but I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content with just getting by on the average of spending my free time on getting anime. There's always an anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in it anyway. The school day is ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After packing my things, I stare blankly at the wall for an ounce of motivation. / clubs? There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them probably would be too demanding for me to deal with. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. / What is happening right now? Monica, oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right? / yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We don't know each other. Well, we do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we're in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class, smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little bit... What did you come in here for anyway? Monica, oh, I've just been looking for some supplies for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? About that. I actually quit the debate club. / Really? You quit? Monica, yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about budget and publicity and... Yeah, we've heard this. I'd rather make something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. / In that case, what club did you decide to join? Monica, well, I'm actually starting a new one. A literature club. / a literature? This sounds kind of dull. / how many members do you have so far? Monica, it's kind of embarrassing, but There are only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can see that, Monika, but it's really not boring at all, you know? Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of our members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Monika, yeah, it's fun, right? She always insisted that manga is literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member's a member, right? Did Monika say she? Monika, hey McSlash, by any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? McSlash, I mean, I guess so, but in that case, if there's any chance you could do me a big favor, I won't ask you to join, but could you at least, at the very least, visit my club? It'd make me really happy. Please? I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I refuse someone like Monika? McSlash, sure, I guess I could check it out. Haha, awesome. You're really sweet, McSlash, you know that? It's nothing, really. Shall we go then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul to Monika for her irresistible smile, and dejectedly followed Monika across the school and upstairs to a section of the school I rarely visit. Monika, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. I'm back, and I brought a guest with me. Girl 1. A guest? Girl 2. Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Monika, don't be so mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, McSlash. All words escape me in this situation. This club, it's full of incredibly cute girls. So let me guess. You're Monika's boyfriend, right? What? No, I'm not. Girl 2, Natsuki. The girl with all the attitude with the name apparently is Natsuki is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. Monika, anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. Yuri, it's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comfortably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. McSlash, yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. Monika, so I ran into McSlash in a classroom and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Natsuki, wait, Monika. Didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? Natsuki, I wasn't gonna to. Well, you know. Monika, so sorry. I didn't forget, but I just happened to run into him. Yuri, in that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Monika, yeah, that'd be great. Why don't you come sit down, McSlash? The girls have a few desks arranged around a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monika and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monika. So, I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it is my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. Monika, you put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like festivals that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate, right, Natsuki? Natsuki, well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monika have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places the teacup in front of each of us before sitting down the teapot in the middle. McSlash, you kept the whole tea set in the classroom? Yuri, don't worry, the teacher gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? Slash, I guess? Monika, don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. Yuri, that's not it. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I mean that, you know... McSlash, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. Yuri, I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Yuri, so McSlash, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read in the past years, I don't really have a good answer for that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Yuri, not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds, level of creativity. Okay, can we all agree that the dialogue that's the same we can kind of just blow past? Is that fine? Is that fine with everybody? Maybe I should read them. I'll just read them. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination and completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. It desperately grasps at something I relate to at a minimum level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Monika, I didn't expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Yuri, oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, only if for a brief moment. Natsuki, ugh, I hate horror. Yuri, oh, why is that? Natsuki, well, Natsuki's eyes dart over me for a split second. Never mind. Monika, that's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? Monika, you left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Natsuki, don't say it out loud. And give that back. Monika, fine. Natsuki... Natsuki, you write your own poems? Natsuki, well... sometimes, I guess. Why do you care? I think it's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? Natsuki, no. Natsuki averts her eyes. Natsuki, you wouldn't like them. Not very confident writer yet. Yuri, I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing them the deepest reaches of your heart. Monika, do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example to help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I got an idea. How about this? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Monika, I mean, I thought it was a good idea. Yuri, well, I think you're right, Monika. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, McSlash? McSlash, hold on. There's still one problem. Monika, what's that? Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forward with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monika may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. Monika, but Yuri, I'm sorry, I thought... The girls exchange glances before Monika turns back to me. Monika, I guess I need to tell you the truth, McSlash. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4, and I've been trying really, really hard to find new members. And if we don't find one more before the festival, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. Besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Monika. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Mixlash? Yeah. It could be fun, right? Yuri. You really did scare me for a moment, Nedzuki. I mean, if you really just want to... if you really just left after all this, I would be super pissed. Monika. Mixlash, I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Thanks, I guess. Monika. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over me once more. Mixlash, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside of me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Monika, okay. I'll see you tomorrow then. Can't wait. With that, I depart in the club room to make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between these three girls. Nedzuki, Yuri, and of course, Monika. Will I really be happy spending every day after school with the literature club? Perhaps I have a chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Alright, we're gonna go the Natsuki route this turn, the Natsuki route. You have unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? A dream. I was wandering in an abandoned warehouse at night. I was lost, looking for an exit. I just wanted to go home. I came upon a huge empty room, its ceiling and walls beyond the deep blackness. My steps were quick in order to hurry to the other side, or to the wall, anything. Suddenly the ground was no longer beneath my feet. I stepped into a hole of indeterminate width. I fell a good Alright, let me just start this over. A dream. I was wandering in a barren warehouse at night. I was lost, looking for an exit. I just wanted to go home. I come upon a huge empty room, its ceiling and walls beyond the deep blackness. My steps were quick in order, really? My steps were quick in order to hurry to the other side, or to a wall, anything. Suddenly the ground was no longer beneath my feet. I stepped into a hole of indeterminate width. I fell for a good 5 seconds before crashing into warm water. Figuring out which way was up, I surfaced myself. The air was humid, and the sounds of splashing reverberated endlessly. My vision was completely swallowed by the dark. With one hand, I could feel the damp metal wall of the container. My lungs were already getting tired. Sometimes it's hard to read. Alright, we're gonna try to pick, we're gonna go the Natsuri route, right? So, hope, anime. Wait, if I click a word that's good for them, they jump? They do. Okay. I'm not really paying attention. I'm just clicking ones that I think would make her happy. We're going with Natsuri, so... Oh, shoot. Always pick marshmallow. Alright. That's cool to know that you can actually, the words you click will make them kind of give you a hint of Is this being laggy again? Hi again, McSlash. Glad to see you didn't run away from us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last one to come in, so everything else is already hanging out. So everyone else. I'm like looking, it's like, yeah, my CPU is kind of running hard, and I don't know why. It's not lagging like my face or like the words, but like the Elgato. It did it the other day when I was playing Far Cry 5 last week. So I'm just looking, and I just noticed is when my CPU runs higher, and I don't have anything open in the background for the CPU to run higher. At least I don't think I do. It's like at 14% now, the CPU. Let's see here. Guess Steam was open. Did that help any? No. Yeah, I don't know then. Let's see what Task Manager says. Just OBS is running hard. Yep, according to Task Manager, it's just OBS running hard. Weird. Maybe it needs updated. Alright, let's get back to the game. If I click the right screen to go to. Yuri, thanks for keeping your promise, McSlash. I hope this isn't... Okay, it looks like it's smoothed out a little bit more. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. I don't like this game. Nedzuki, oh come on. Like he deserves any slack. He already had to be dragged here by Monika. I don't know if you plan to just come in here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Hey, Monika, I can't... Hey, I can't read that. Mizuki finds herself stuck between saying Monika and manga. Manga is literature? It is. Swiftly defeated, Mizuki plops back into her seat. I'm sorry, McSlash. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Netsuki with a disappointed glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read? Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now. So it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask. Wait. I don't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. McSlash, oh, no, it's not that, Yuri. I just wanted to try to be a part of this club. So even if you don't read it often, I'd be happy to pick up a book you wanted me to. Yuri, are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get us started on something you might like. So I'm quick couple things. One, the music is changing note patterns, as in it's like it's playing off key and like slower-ish. That's cool. Two, the closet's open in the back and there's a chair in it. Three, the background image is tilted. It's zoomed in and tilted. Just so let's move on. Yuri, I thought I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches in her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked up a book I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted to. This is... How's this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book for me that she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. / Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Yuri, phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monika to kick off some scheduled activities for the event, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried into a book. I can't even help but notice her intense expression, like she's waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki's roaming around in the closet. Has the closet door always been open? Natsuki, ugh. I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You looking for something in there? Fucking money. She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point of keeping your collection organized if someone else is just messing it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes on the shelf. / manga? Natsuki, you read manga, right? / sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into until you figure out where the other person stands. Why? I do all the time. I love manga. / how did you know that anyway? Natsuki, I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? / I see. There's a lone volume manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out from the stack. Natsuki, there it is! Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. Then she turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one missing book is probably the most irritating sight in the world. / I know that feel. I get closer to look at the box. The box set she's admiring. / Parfait Girls? It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic or simply terrible. Natsuki, if you're not gonna judge, you can go do it through the glass. Yeah, if you're gonna judge, you can go do it through the glass door. She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything. Natsuki, it was the tone of your voice. But I can tell you one thing, / consider this a lesson. Don't judge a book. In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. I'm going to show you exactly why. She shoves a book right in my hands. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire, skirting animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly Mo. Natsuki, don't just stand there. Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the window sills. She pats on the ground for me to sit next to her, signaling me to sit down there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. Why is that? Oh, I guess it's easier to be closer like this. Don't just say that. You'll make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arm and scooches an inch away from me. Gosh, sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say that it's a particularly bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer to me, reclaiming the additional space, while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow. How long has it been since the reading is... How long has it been since I read... How long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Natsuki, not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing's really happening yet, so can I talk at the same time? It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I kind of grew out of these, since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. Are you sure this is boring you? It's not. Even though you're just watching me read. Natsuki, well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't. That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Natsuki, could you not rub it in? Sheesh. Sorry. Natsuki, like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga is for kids. I can't even bring it up with them without being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch them in the face. Yeah, I know those kind of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated toward the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? Natsuki, I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. My dad would beat the shit out of me if he found this. At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monika's kind of a jerk about it. Ugh, I can't just win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, I'm here. I'm reading it. Natsuki, well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So? Sheesh, that's enough. Are you just gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I flipped the page. Time passes. Mizuki is strangely quiet now. I glance over at her. It's because she started to fall asleep. Hey, Natsuki. Yeah? Suddenly, Natsuki collapses straight onto me. Hey. Monika, oh jeez. Natsuki, are you okay? Here. Monika reaches into her bag and pulls out some kind of protein bar. She throws it in Natsuki's direction. Natsuki's eyes suddenly light up again. She snatches the bar from the floor and then immediately tears off the wrapper. I told you not to give... She doesn't even finish her sentence before stuffing the bar into her mouth. Monika, don't worry, McSlash. She's fine. It just happens every now and then. That's why I always keep snacking my bag for her. Anyway, why don't you all share your poems now? I don't trust this. This game went from being nice and cute to really creepy. Well, let's let Natsuki eat her candy bar. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes. More than enough time for her to finish reading it. Yuri. Oh. Sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine. Don't force yourself. Yuri, I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah? Why do you ask? Yuri, I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading it through it, though. Oh, so is that bad? Yuri, no! Did I raise my voice? Oh, I'm sorry. Yuri buries her face into her hands. I couldn't help but notice that she's been several minutes and we really haven't gone anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. McSlash, it's fine. I didn't really notice. What were you saying? Yuri, right? It's just that there's specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick up a writing style that's separate from the topic matter, and they freeform it to the two together. The result is that both style and expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them, but building them and getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you a valuable feedback. Nezuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about other people like that. Sorry. Slash, it's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or to Nezuki. Slash, do you mind if I read your poem now? Yuri, please do. I love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghosts Under the Light. We've read this one. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking at all, Yuri, but you took a long time to read it. Slash. Well, I just don't know how to read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty, Yuri. That's a relief. Slash. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. Yuri, it wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems. Slash. No, not at all. Yuri, I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little bit more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Slash. Slash, really? I must have totally missed the point. Yuri, well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her past, remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. It's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. It's impressive. It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. We'll do Monika. We'll save Nezuki for last. Hi, Slash. Having a good time so far? Slash. Oh, yeah. Monika. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, do you have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better? I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Slash. All right. I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better at just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Monika. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? Slash. It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Monika. Don't worry, Slash. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monika my poem. I like it, Slash. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Oh, geesh. Oh, no. It makes me kind of think of something Nezuki would write. She's a good writer, too. Take that as a compliment. If you say so. Yep. If you're interested in Nezuki, then always keep a snack on you. She'll cling to you like a puppy. Nezuki's dad doesn't give her lunch money or leave her any food in the house, so she's fussy mood pretty often. Oh my god! Her dad just neglects her? Poor thing. But sometimes she just loses all of her strength and shuts down. Like earlier. This is just a guess, but I think she's so small because her malnutrition is interfering with her adolescent growth. What? But hey, some guys are into beat girls too, you know. Sorry, just trying to look at the bright side. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. Slash, you sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Monika, well, that's because I have to sound confident. It doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? Slash, I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the wall. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced at my surroundings. But my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there any others in the room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound frantically scrolling, playing tricks in my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right here. He's right here. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. That one's different, I'm pretty sure. Monika, so what do you think? /, it's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback, Monika. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. Not if I'm reading it. /, what was the inspiration behind this one? Monika, well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say it has kind of empathy recently. It's been influencing my poems a lot. How do you say that? An epiphany. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try too hard to make that point, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to go get something down on paper and tidy up a bit later. Anyway, if you think about this, if you keep your pen at the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark ink puddle. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Alright, Natsuki. Read my poem. Okay, let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Natsuki, never mind. I don't feel like giving you my opinion. / what's the point of sharing it in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. In fact, I remember how you said I wanted to read your poems. That's what I had in mind when writing this. I wanted to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours, like Monika said. Natsuki, well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poems if yours was really bad. You're supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, ha, well, it's not great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. So, in other words, you liked it? Natsuki resorts getting caught in her throat. You're so... You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you, you don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I say it mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or loss that she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Natsuki, fine, I guess. Only because Monika will make me if I don't. Eagles Can Fly, we've read that one. Natsuki, yeah. I told you weren't gonna like it. / I like it? What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I won't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. Some people don't take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Natsuki, yes, exactly. Oh, I read that all as Natsuki, I'm sorry. I feel like it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. / yeah, I understand. Natsuki, but the other nice thing would be simple. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up a rhyme at the end, but then make it all fall flat on purpose. It helps bring the feeling out of the last line. / so you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. Natsuki, that's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. I didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Slash, yeah, I guess not. I decided humor with that last comment. I don't really care about how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud when I don't take that away from her. That was butchered in the last line. I've been reading for too long. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little bit more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing skills. Even if they just are being nice, there's no way my poems could stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monika is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrow furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. Natsuki, what's with this language? Yuri, did you say something? Natsuki, oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns to the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess I could say it's fancy. Yuri, oh, thanks. Yours is cute. Natsuki, cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? Yuri, I know, I just meant the language, I guess. I was just trying to say something nice. Natsuki, ugh. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it didn't really come out nice at all. Yuri, well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monika liked it, and themickslash did too. So based on that, I'd gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, Yuri, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And themickslash liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you two were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Yuri, that's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that themickslash appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Ooh. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as themickslash started showing up. Natsuki! Monika, Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. Taking out your own insecurities on others like that, you really act as young as you look, Natsuki. Natsuki, me? Look who's talking, you wanna be edgy bitch. Yuri, edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle isn't so much... Sorry that my lifestyle is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend. Natsuki, see? Just saying, that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know. Yuri, if you want to prove anything, stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? The only thing cute about you is how hard you try. Natsuki, whoa. Be careful, you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad. You already do, don't you? What is happening right now? Yuri, did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head? Natsuki, yeah, go on. Let themickslash hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Yuri, ah! Suddenly, Yuri turns toward me, as if she just noticed I was standing there. themickslash, she's just trying to make me look bad. Natsuki, that's not true. She started it. I didn't read any of that. We're picking Natsuki. Monika. Hey themickslash. Why don't we step outside for a little bit, okay? What is happening in this game? Monika, sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little bit more assertive sometimes, but I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'll be happy to spend time with you. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. Yuri, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri is rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri? Yuri, I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki, or did. Yuri, McSlash, please don't hate me, please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. Monika, it's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. Yuri. Natsuki. Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wanted to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monika. You can go first, Monika. I'd like to stay a bit longer. Monika, I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Yuri, well, I'm vice president, so please let me take the responsibility today. Monika, it sounds like you don't want me around or something, Yuri. Yuri, it's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with McSlash. It would be just embarrassing with you listening. Guess I really don't have a choice, do I? Yuri, I'm sorry for causing trouble. But Okay. Dude, this... Oh, this game is great. It's so weird though, but it's so great. We're gonna go the Natsuki route again. We're gonna try to get all 20 of hers. That's my goal. We want to get hers. Mouse, right? Mouse is cute. Oh, I forgot Hope's hers. Dang it. Oh, and Vibrant's hers too. Always Marshmallow. Ah, Raindrop's hers. Sunset would be her then. Oh, and Rose is her? Dang, we're not doing as well here. Trying to get all the... I gotta admit, this game got crazy quick. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little bit more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Welcome back, McSlash. McSlash, hi Yuri. I'm not sure if it's just me, or if it's Yuri's expression. With the weight of yesterday's quarrel still hangs in the air a little bit. Yuri, Yuri glanced over his shoulder, looking around the room. Mizuki is reading manga at her desk, and surprisingly, Monika isn't here yet. Suddenly, Yuri takes my arm and pulls me to the corner of the room. Yuri, about yesterday, I really need to apologize. Nothing like that has ever happened before, and something just came over me, I guess. I wasn't acting mentally sound. Please don't think we're usually like this. Not just me, but Natsuki as well. / Yuri, I'm happy that you were considerate and apologized, but you don't have to worry too much. Even though I've only been here a couple days, I could tell something was off yesterday. Maybe we just need a little extra... Maybe we were just being a little extra sensitive because it was our first time sharing poems. But whatever it is, I didn't think any less of you. I had already decided there's no way you could be a bad person. And now that you're apologizing, I know you didn't really mean it. Yuri, / don't say those kind of things so frankly. They make me a little happy too. And I'm really glad that you're such an understanding person. And I'm really glad that you joined this club. Everything's a little bit brighter with you around, and what am I saying right now? Hey, have you guys seen Monika? Slash, no, I haven't. I was also kind of wondering where she was. Izuka, man, Yuri, I'm guessing you haven't either? Yuri clearly taken aback by how calmly Nezuki is addressing her. No, I haven't. Nezuki, jeez, this isn't like her at all. I know it's stupid, but I can't help but worry a little bit. Yuri. Nezuki, what? Why are you looking at me like that? Nezuki, about yesterday, I just wanted to apologize. I promise I didn't mean any of those things I said, and I'll do my best to stay under control from now on. So, Yuri, what the heck are you talking about? Did you do something yesterday? Yuri, Nezuki, jeez. Whatever's on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing. I don't even remember anything bad happening. You're the kind of person who worries too much about little things, aren't you? But I accept, Nezuki, I accept your apology anyway. That helps you feel better about it. Besides, it's kind of nice to see... It's kind of nice to hear, since I was always afraid you secretly hated me. Or something like that. Yuri, no, not at all. I don't hate you. Nezuki, aha. Well, you're kind of weird, but I don't hate you either. Yuri. Nezuki turns to me. You're still on trial, though. Slash, hey! Suddenly the door swings open. Monika, sorry, I'm super late. McSlash, oh, there you are. Monika, I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Nah. Well, Nezuki was. Nezuki, I was not. Monika, haha. Nezuki, what took so long anyway? Well, my last period was study hall, and to be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. Nezuki, that makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. Monika, I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Yuri, piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monika. Oh, I know. I notice I say her name different a lot. I apologize. Don't give me more credit than I deserve. I guess I've been practicing for a while, but I'm still not really good yet. Yuri, still? That must require a lot of dedication. So I'm still impressed. Monika, oh, well, thanks, Yuri. Nezuki, you should play something for us sometime. Monika, that's... Monika looks at me. Well, I'm working on writing a song, but it's not quite done yet. Maybe once I get a little better, I will. McSlash, that sounds cool. I look forward to it. Monika, is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, McSlash. Monika smiles sweetly. McSlash, ah. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Monika, don't worry. I was hoping that I could share it with you anyway. I guess that's what I've been practicing so much for recently. I see. I'm not sure if Monika was referring to the whole club or just me. Slash, in that case, best of luck. Monika, thanks. So, I didn't miss anything, did I? Slash, not really. I chose not to bring up anything that the three of us talked about. Besides, Nezuki already ran off into the closet. Yuri, Slash, since your compliments put me in a good mood, I was wondering if you'd like to spend some time together today. I mean, in the club. I suppose so. I don't think I could say no to you after you gave me that book. Well, I guess I need to make sure Nezuki isn't waiting for me. After we finished reading yesterday, Yuri, she's fine. She's reading over there, see? Don't think about her so much. She's used to being ignored. Come on, we're going over there. This game, dude. What's the story about anyway? Yuri, well, look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol in the front cover. Basically, it's about this religious camp that turned into a human experiment prison. And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. But the factory gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... Oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. No, not the thing about the limbs. McSlash, that's kind of, it's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came out of nowhere. Yuri, are you not a fan of that sort of thing, McSlash? No, it's not that. I mean... I definitely could enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. Oh, I didn't realize I hit X by accident. I guess it takes away the text box. It's just that this kind of story, it's the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. Then suddenly, I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything, Yuri. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When things like books and writing fill my thoughts, my whole body gets... I forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I'm talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That's just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. This is Literature Club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well start reading it right. Yes. I mean, you don't have to, but what are you saying? Just let me get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. All right. It's fine if I sit here, right? I slipped into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something that I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or something. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. As soon as I understand what Yuri means about reading in company, it says I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not particularly a bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comfortable. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading my book instead. Sorry, I was just bathing in the... Yuri. You really apologize a lot, don't you? I do. I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk up against Yuri's and hold the book in between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so I instead use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes the left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and her forefinger. I do the same with my right hand on the right side of the book. That way, I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb and flips it back to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Turn the page. Oh, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it my own volition. Is that the right word? We continue the first chapter in silence. So even turning the page almost feels like an immediate exchange. My thumb gently lets go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches under her own thumb. / Hey Yuri. This might be silly, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a bit. Yuri, no, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. / Really? I was just thinking the way she second guesses things she says and all that. That's what you were talking about. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her. / Something else? Yuri, no, never mind. We didn't even get that far yet. so I don't know what came into my head. Slash, Yuri, are you feeling all right? Yuri, Yuri's been a little fidgety since we started reading. Slash, you can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... Yuri, my breathing. Yuri puts her hand on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat. Didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Slash, alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up, practically rushes out of the classroom. Slash, what on earth was that about? Monika, Slash, something happened just now? I have no idea. Yuri was just acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything? Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Monika, oh, no, not really. I was just making sure you didn't do anything to her. Slash, no, nothing. Monika, don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Slash, alright, if you say so. Monika, anyway, why don't we start sharing our poems with each other? Don't we wait for Yuri? Monika, well, she might be a while, so I just figured we get started without her. Is that okay? Monika, McSlash, yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book and slip it in my backpack. We'll start with Monika. Hi again, McSlash. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going to be bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monika. Alright, great job, McSlash. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know what? You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imaginary and symbolism. Sometimes I feel Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean like it's a bad thing though. But sometimes I just get the impression that she's totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that she's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think that she's used to being indulged like that. She must really be starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly, like earlier. I think if she gets a little too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for a time alone. Suddenly, the door opens. Monika, Yuri, I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other. Already? I'm sorry for being late. Monika, no need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm glad that you took all the time you needed. Alright. Thanks, Monika. I suppose we should get to my poem now. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Save me. The colors, they won't bright, beautiful. Huh. Beautiful colors, flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue, an endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, oh my god, the noise that won't stop, violent, grating, waveforms, speaking, screeching, piercing. Yeah, there's too many letters missing out of this one. Like playing on a chalkboard on a turntable, like playing a knife on a breathing rib cage, endless of meaningless. Yeah, there's too many letters missing there, but the knife on the rib cage was pretty hard not to see. This weird deterioration of this game is so weird. Monika. Sorry, I know it's abstract. I'm just trying to, well, never mind. There's no point of it explaining. Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day. sometimes you find yourself in a difficult decision. You save your game. Yep. Can't tell me you can hear me. Anything? That's my advice for the day. Thanks for listening. Oh my god, it did. It erased all of our save files. Wow. Soon, Netsuki. We'll give Yuri some time to chill out. Well, it's not terrible, but it's pretty disappointing after your last one. Then again, if this one was as good as your last one, I would be completely pissed. Well, I guess I wanted to try to say something a little different this time. Oh, it was me. I messed up the reading. Sin, cosine, tangent is a math thing. Weird. Is it? Huh. Sin, cosine, tangent. At least that's what I think it said. I think that's what it said in the original one, because that was one she wrote. We read yesterday, but there was letters missing, and then they changed a few of the words at the bottom, like the knife and the ribcage thing was new. Fair enough, you're still new to this, so I wouldn't expect you to find your style right away. I mean, everyone in the club writes really different from each other. Maybe you'll find little influence from all of us. For an instance, I noticed that you were spending some time with Yuri today. Not that I care who you spend your time with. After all, I was taught to never expect anything from anybody. So it's not like I was waiting for you or anything. Still, you should at least look over my poem. You'll probably be able to learn something from it. I don't think so. I don't think I'm able to learn anything from this other than this game is fucked. Yeah, I think it's trig. I would never know. I've never taken one trigonometry course in my life. I took one course of geometry. That was as far as I got outside of algebra. Because I hate math. I'm not good at math. No geometry, I don't know. IDR? What's IDR? I don't know IDR. Or do you mean IDK? Anyway, yeah, I don't know what this is. McSlash, why didn't you come read with me today? I was waiting for you. I was waiting a long time. It was the only thing I had to look forward to today. Why did you ruin it? Why did you like Yuri more? I don't remember. You know, that makes sense. I think you're better off associating with her. Are you listening to me? Yuri is a sick freak. That should be obvious by now. So just play with me instead, okay? Why do you hate me? McSlash, do you? Do you hate me? Do you want to make me go home crying? The club is the only place I feel safe. Do ruin that for me. Don't ruin it. Please, just stop talking to Yuri. Play with me instead. It's all I have. Play with me. Play with me. Oh, God! No! Why? Why? I no longer like this game. Oof. Yuri, I've been waiting for this. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri smiles, takes a deep breath. I just like holding it. I mean, the poem turned out good. It's, well, there are some things that you could work on, but that doesn't really matter. It feels like anything written by you is a treasure. That came out a little awkward. Let's move on. Here's the poem I wrote. You don't have to like it or anything. Wheel. A rotating wheel, turning an axle, grinding, bolt head, linear gearbox, falling sky, 7 holy stakes, a docked ship, a portal to another world, a thin rope tied to a thick rope, a torn harness, parabolic gearbox, expanding universe, time controlled by slipping cogwheels, existence of God. Right? Is that existence? Swimming with open water in all directions, drowning. A prayer written in blood. A prayer written in time, devouring snakes with human eyes. A thread connecting all the living human eyes. A kaleidoscope of holy stakes. Exponential gearbox. A sky of exploding stars. God disapproving the existence of God. A wheel rotating the six dimensions. 40 gears and a ticking clock. A clock that ticks 1 second for every rotation of the planet. A clock that ticks 40 times every time it ticks every second time. A bold head of holy stakes tied to the existence of a docked ship to another world. A kaleidoscope of blood written in clocks. A time-devouring prayer connected to a sky of 40 gears and an open human eyes in all directions. Breathing gearbox, breathing bolthead, breathing ship, breathing portal, breathing snakes, breathing God, breathing blood, breathing holy stakes, breathing human eyes, breathing time, breathing prayer, breathing sky, breathing wheel. Creepy. Hold on. I had a text message to reply to. It doesn't really matter what it's about. My mind has been a little hyperactive lately, so I had to take it out on your pen. That is, a pen fell out of your backpack yesterday, so I took it home for safekeeping, and I really like the way that it writes. So I wrote this poem with it, and now you're touching it. I'm okay. What did I just... Can we pretend this conversation never happened? Can you keep this poem, though? Share the dot. Stare at the dot to reveal the secret message. Alright. I stared at it. I didn't see the secret message. I don't know. Don't know what that was all about. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? We have something we need to get over today. So everyone, if you could come sit in front of the room. Nizuki, is this about the festival? Monika, well, sort of. Zuki, do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything just good in a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. Yuri, that's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well at this last minute preparations. Monika, don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? Look, I know everyone's a little bit more lively ever since McSlash joined, and we've started with some club activities, but this isn't the time for us to be complacent. We still only have 4 members, and the festival is our only chance to find more, you know? Zuki, what's so great about getting new members anyway? We already have enough to be considered an official club. More members just mean everything gets noisier and more difficult to manage. Nizuki, I don't think you're looking at it the right way. Don't you want to share your passion with as many people as you can? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? The Literature Club should be a place where all people can express themselves like they can do anywhere else. It should be a place so intimate that you never want to leave. You know, I know you feel that way too. We all do. So that's why we should try to work hard and put something together for the festival, even if it's something small. Right, McSlash? Mitsuki. Oh, come on. You can't take advantage of McSlash to agree with you just because he doesn't know how to say no to anything. Look, Monika, do you really think any of us joined the club with other people in mind? Yuri never even talked to him until McSlash joined. And as for me, I just like it better here than I do at home. And McSlash isn't even passionate about literature in the first place. And that's everyone. Sorry, but you're the only one who's really interested in finding new members. The rest of us are fine like this. I know you're president and all, but you should really consider your options for once. Monika is clearly taken aback by Nizuki's words. Monika, that's not true at all. I'm sure Yuri and McSlash want to get more members too, right? Yuri. I don't know about Yuri, but kind of indifferent. If I showed up with as much enthusiasm Monika wanted, then I'd probably be lying. Still, if it's up to me to rescue the situation, Monika, no. Mizuki's right, isn't she? This club It's nothing more than a place for a few people to hang out. Why did I think everyone here saw it the same way I did? But that doesn't mean that we're against getting new members or anything. Monika, McSlash, why did you even join this club? What were you hoping to get out of this? Well, it's not really something I can be honest about, is it? Monika, in fact, if I remember, you weren't even given a choice to not join. Monika sits down and stares at her desk. What's the point of all this anyway? What if starting this club was a mistake? Yuri, now you've done it, Nizuki. Nizuki, what, me? I just spoke my mind. It's not a crime to be honest. It's not about being honest. It's about the word choice. Besides, you have no right to speak for everyone else in the club like that. Nizuki, you don't understand at all. I just want a place that feels nice to hang out with a few friends. Is that a problem with the club being that for me? There aren't many other places like that for me. And now Monika wants to take it away from me. So she's not taking anything away. Nizuki, no, McSlash. It's not the same. It won't be the same with the direction she wants to take it. If I wanted that, then I would have just joined any other stupid club. But this one, I mean, at least a little bit of time. Things were nice. Nizuki starts packing up her things. I'm going home. I feel like I don't belong here right now. Nizuki. Nizuki ignores Yuri and walks right out the classroom. Yuri, this is bad. I don't know what to do. Well, do you have an opinion on the festival? Yuri, I don't. I'm kind of indifferent, I guess. Who cares about that obnoxious brat? I mean, like, how nice and quiet the club is right now. And I'm just happy with you here. But still, I'm the vice president. It's not right for me to ignore my responsibilities like that. Nobody care if she killed herself? Oh, what? No, stop game. I should do my best to consider everyone's perspective and make the decision that's right for the club. But what about you, McSlash? What do you want to get out of this club? Yuri represents the same thing, the same question as Monika. I decided giving a direct answer is better than nothing. I think the most important thing is for everyone to get along. And for the club to provide something that you can't get elsewhere. I don't think it's about how many members, but rather the quality of each member. That's what will end up making the literature club a special place. I see. I really agree with you. Each member contributes their own qualities in a special way. With each change in member, the identity of the club as a whole will be changed too. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, stepping out of your comfort zone once in a while. So, if you would like to help Monika with the festival, then I'm on your side as well. Alright? Well, maybe we can talk to Nizuki tomorrow. Yuri nods. Monika, hey, Yuri? Yuri, huh? Monika, I know things were a little awkward yesterday, but I feel like you deserve to know that I still think you're a wonderful vice president, and also a wonderful friend. Monika, I want to do everything I can to make this the best club of ever, okay? Me too. Yeah. So let's all go home for today. We'll talk about the festival tomorrow. Yuri, okay? I look forward to it. Shall we go, McSlash? Please don't take this wrong way, but I'm going to chat a little bit with McSlash before we leave. Just to see what he thinks of his time here and all that. It's important to me as president. Yuri looks a little troubled, but she doesn't protest. Okay. I trust your judgment, Monika. In that case, I'll see you two tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Monika waves as Yuri exits the classroom. Phew. Things have been a little bit hectic lately, haven't they? McSlash, I just wanted you to make sure you're enjoying your time at the club. I would really hate to see you unhappy. I feel kind of like I'm responsible for that as president. I really do care about you, you know? I don't like seeing other girls give you a hard time. With how mean Nizuki is and everything, and Yuri being a little bit, you know. Sometimes I feel like you and I are the only real people here. You know what I mean? It's a bit weird, but in all the time you've been here, we've hardly gotten to spend any time together. And I mean, I guess it's technically only been a couple days. Sorry, I didn't mean to say something weird. There are just things that I've been hoping to talk to you about. Things I know that only you can understand. So wait, no, stop it, stop it. Dude, this game, I've been streaming for almost 3 hours. All right. We're gonna save here because we've I'm gonna wrap it up here. This game is awesome. I've gotten really sucked into the story and I didn't realize what time it was. So yeah, when we come back, we'll come back to this game next Wednesday. I'm really loving it. This game is killer. I'm very curious to see where our story goes. And I hope you guys will be as well. So thanks for hanging out. And I will see y'all later. Take it easy. Peace.